In today's video, I'm going to show you my screen that I use on a daily basis to build pre-market watch lists and find the best swing trading setups. In this way, I can scan thousands of stocks in a very short time that would otherwise take me hours. So I'm on the stock screener page, and by clicking on this folder, I can access my saved screens. Currently, I'm using 3 different types of screens: 2 breakout screens, 2 retracement screens, and 1 mean reversion screen. So let me first give some insights into the screens themselves. Let's start with the first breakout screen. This is a screen that looks for stocks that have risen just above their 52-week highs on significantly increased volume. And as you can see, I have made a distinction between US, Europe and Canada for the screens, as I find it easier to keep an overview. In case I only have very few results with the first breakout screen, the second one is a little less strict, as it looks for stocks that have shown a new highest price over the past 10 days. However, the requirement of strongly increased volume remains the same. As for the retracement screens, the first filter searches stocks whose price is lower than the 20 simple moving average, but higher than the 50 SMA. With this filter, you get stocks that show a somewhat larger counter movement in a long-term rising trend. The second retracement screen filters out stocks that are trading lower than the SMA 10, but higher than the SMA 20. This is a little more short-term oriented. And finally, I have 1 mean reversion trading screen, which is based on the Bollinger Bands indicator. Keep in mind that this is a counter-trend strategy used to identify possible short-term counter-trend moves, so the trading style is definitely more aggressive than the breakout and retracement screens. It proves especially useful when market conditions are highly volatile. Before I dig into the screens themselves, a quick reminder that the screens provided in this video are merely to demonstrate the screening capabilities in the ChartMIll stock screener. By no means it should be considered as actual trading advice. And as a side note, I have no existing position in any of the stocks covered in this video today. Now let's go over the first breakout screen. I do this fairly quickly, adding the stocks that seems interesting to me to a specific watch list, which I can easily recall later. So I'll start with the breakout screen above the 52-week high US stocks. So volume has to be 100% more than the previous volume. I have only one result, but I will not add it to my watch list. I don't like this big upper shadow. If you don't have much candidates, one possible solution is to change the volume requirement, go to the indicator step, and then volume increase. Instead of volume 100% more than the previous volume, select volume 50% more than previous volume. In this way I have 6 results. Let's have a look. So international Seaways, that's a nice clean breakout, doji candle, and now a wide range bullish bar, so that's a reversal signal. With a clean breakout and a close above the current trading range on higher volume. So I'm definitely going to add this to my watch list. Clicking on the plus sign, I have already created for myself 3 different watch lists. So my daily breakout watch list, my daily retracement watch list, and then a mean reversion watch list. If you don't have these watch lists, you can create them by clicking on this plus sign, create new. So I'm going to add this one to my daily breakout watch list. Let's see. ALT, that's also a nice one. It seems like it's ready to break out. There was a breakout, now there is a sideways range. Volume is slightly higher, so adding this one to the watch list. Shockwave Medical, you can add this one also. And then let's have a look at the European market. So again, volume 100% more, only one candidate, and it's not a good one. So I'm going to change the volume increase filter to 50%. But the results stay the same, so there are no interesting candidates. And then for the Canadian market, no results whatsoever. So the second breakout screen filter displays stocks whose price has reached a new 10-day high, but the remaining filters are the same as the first breakout screen. So let's start again with US stocks. 26 results, as you can see on this first screen. Also ETFs are part of this screen. So if you want to exclude ETFs and you only want common stocks, that's fairly simple to do. Go to the General tab, select Type, Common Stock Only, and now you will see only the normal stocks, 12 results. So Cameco Corporation, nice breakout, adding it to the breakout watch list. Extreme Networks, and then that's a fairly big gap, so I don't consider this as a breakout. It's an upward trend. So this is a breakout, Expro Group Holding. It's an ascending triangle. So adding it to the watch list. That's about it. So for the European market, there is a slight change. As you can see, for the US market, the average volume required is 300,000, and when I select the European market, my average volume is dropped down to 100,000. Otherwise, you don't have enough results. As you can see over here, that's the same result as for the 52-week high. And even when I change this to volume 50%, it stays the same. So, and then for the Canadian market, 9 results. Suncor Energy, don't like the candle. It's not a clean breakout candle. This is a breakout, so adding it to the watch list. No. Upper tail is too long, in my opinion, of course. It seems ready to break out. I'm going to add it to the watch list. So that concludes the second breakout screen. As for the retracement screens, the idea is to find stocks that show a limited decline in an existing uptrend, and one version uses the 20 SMA and 50 SMA for this purpose. The second retracement screen is shorter term and looks for stocks that have fallen below the SMA 10 but are still trading above the SMA 20. So let's have a look. The first screen, US only. None of these are appealing to me. So the second one is European retracement screen. So this seems like a nice one. Now, as I'm using the 20 and 50 simple moving average, I have also some specific chart settings. So go to the main chart, and then by clicking on this folder, I have created already some predefined chart settings, SMA 20, SMA 50, as you can see over here. So this is what I call a very clean retracement. So this is a long-term uptrend, and now we have a clean retracement that brought the price back to the 20 SMA. Now it's not ready to trade, it's still declining, but if we get a reversal, a nice bullish candle, then this becomes a reversal signal, a reversal pattern, and then you have a real bullish setup. So it's not quite ready to trade, but it's definitely worth to consider it as something to put on the watch list. So my daily retracement watch lists, the rest is a quality is not good enough, and then Canadian markets, no, that is not a clean retracement. It's rather a breakout setup if price goes above 28. And then the short-term retracement screen, so below the 10 SMA but above the 20 SMA, US stocks. Again, I'm going to the main chart tab, predefined chart setting SMA 10 and SMA 20. This is a bearish candle, so I don't like this. A rule I apply myself when making a first selection is that a possible setup must be instantly recognizable on the chart. So if I have to look for it too long, it is usually not worth spending any more time on it. And don't be afraid to be strict enough with the first selection. That's one of the biggest advantages a stock screener offers. European short-term retracement, no, that's a sideways range. And then to end, the Canadian, nope again, that's always also more of a possible breakout if price can go above 28. And to finish, my mean reversion filter screen using the Bollinger Bands indicator. So I initially check to see if there is or if there has been a fairly aggressive sell-off. And if that is the case, I want the preceding candle to have a close below the lower Bollinger Bands. And the most recent candle should again be above the lower Bollinger Bands. And I use the screen filter in two versions. But first I'm going to add, I'm going to show the predefined Bollinger Band chart settings. So as shown on this screen, so the previous candle below the lower Bollinger Bands and the current candle again above the lower Bollinger Bands. Now, as I've already mentioned, I'm using two versions of this Bollinger Bands mean reversion strategy. The first version is the most strict one, in which, apart from the requirement that the closing price should again be above the lower Bollinger Bands, there is also the additional condition that the closing price of the current candle should be higher than the high of the preceding candle, as is shown on this setup, which means that with this filter you'll regularly get zero results. Now, the second version that I'm showing right now doesn't use that additional filter and only checks whether the closing price of the current candle is higher than the lower Bollinger Bands. And in order to withhold the stock, I check if there is still room to the middle line of the Bollinger Bands, which is the simple moving average. And I define it as the first target. If the distance is too small, the share is discarded anyway. So in this case, for example, CNC seems like a nice one. I'm going to add this one to my mean reversion watch list. And then APRLS, 3 consecutive downward candles, bearish candles, with a close below the lower Bollinger Bands, and now the most recent candle has a close above the Bollinger Bands, so adding this one also to my watch list. A nice one for the European market, Euronext in Paris, a reversal candle, so definitely a decline in price, a close below the lower Bollinger Bands, doji candle or a bullish hammer, confirmation bullish candle, and there is still some room to this middle Bollinger Bands. So it goes to the watch list. And that's it. This is the strict filter, but there is not enough room, so this concludes this filter. As you noticed, it took relatively little time to select a number of stocks for 3 different watch lists, which you can now view in further detail. And to do so, select the stock charts page and then click on the folder to load the watch list containing all your individual stocks. So we have the daily breakout watch list, the retracement watch list, and to conclude, the mean reversion watch list. I will add the filters that were covered in this video in the description below. If there are any questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section. And also please let us know if you find this video useful and helpful, and if you would like to see more videos like this. This kind of feedback is very important for us, so we can fine-tune the content even more. So thanks for watching. Trade safe.